everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Confidence is never a question when it comes to wide receivers, and these two are no different. It's Edelman's Dolphins going up against Hilton's Colts.
Thank you, Larry. We welcome you to the heart of the Hoosier State in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana, and Lucas Oil Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Luck on first down. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They run it again with Hyde. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On first down, Luck. He's going to sling this deep down. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. They give him a gain of 38.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. First down, a run with Hyde. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Again, it's high. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Suckup will put this one right through. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Shipped together here from the D-line. Now Tannehill. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. It's points, But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now the 4th-year man from Texas A&M, Kristen Michael. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Around the NFL, here's a little bit of a surprise from New Orleans. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. That one clearly still early, but that would be a bit of a surprise. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Just beating the play clock is Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. On first down, it's Love. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On second down, here's Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Again with Ajayi. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They run with Ajayi. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The throw left side complete to Hogan. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Third down, Carlos Hyde. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
We might start getting some props here in the booth. That one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. It's taken to the 26. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because
a big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They start the drive with Hyde, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Throwing on 3rd down, Love. And he's got Moncrief. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Locke. Looking deep for Hilton. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And meanwhile, checking in on action down in Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. On 2nd and 10, Locke eluding the pressure right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And now not a good sign here. Andrew Luck still down. Just hope it's not a re-aggravation of last year's injuries. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So Luck is out on the sidelines getting looked at. And they'll hand things over to the USC product, a former 4th-round selection, Matt Barkley. First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Swat, and now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So now 2 pick-6s that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you have your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Colts getting ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Barkley. And his throw here's incomplete. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Bills, they are just continuing to pour it on. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Watching that, Barney!
Here's Barkley. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey! Set! Blue 90! Watching that, Barney! No. Check! Patriot! All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He dumps it to Hyde. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Charles Harris in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. To throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The Colts on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he lets go a laser pulled in by Edelman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
2nd quarter in Cleveland, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Tannehill throwing again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. It's complete to Parker, left side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield. Throwing again is Tannehill.
And this is caught at the 8. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's first and goal. Here comes the D swarming to the line. To the air again, Tannehill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Devontae Parker as the first half is winding down, and the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rodgers. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So second down, 3 yards to go now. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let this one go deep. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's a jive. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From the gun on third down, Tannehill. To the left side, incomplete for Julian Edelman. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Suckup will put this one right through, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
That's fielded in the end zone. And out come the Dolphins now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 yards to go on second down. Halfback sent in motion. Here's Tannehill now on second down. And Stills over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Fresh set of downs here. And he's got some space here. Look at the spin.
Balance.
The 20. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Time running out here on the play clock. From the gun, here's Tannehill. That's complete, right around the 8. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the third now in New Orleans. And the Cowboys, they moved out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. To throw on second down is Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
No. Check. Patriot. Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. They'll look to throw here on first down. They go screen pass to Hyde. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the former Seahawk, Byron Maxwell. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the third now in New Orleans. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now Barkley. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dontari Poe. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Barkley. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on first down. Flush to his right, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Check.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 3rd now in New Orleans. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll start out on the ground with Ajayi. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Tannehill now, they give to Ajayi. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back now here on EA Sports. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. He's got daylight. 30, past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us. Stay back. Jay's going to go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jay, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On second down, Hyde. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Out to the flat for Hyde. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Here we go now. Detroit!
Back to throw. Allen's got it over the middle. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. On play action, they'll throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Charles Harris in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to work. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet near the 25. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And Suckup will put this one right through. They are on to the fourth quarter in Jacksonville. And adding on to their lead, the Jaguars have scored again. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. Jakeem Grant now to return. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. And he fires to Edelman, complete on the comebacker. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Second down following the run.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Let's go. We got 3. 3 down.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Dolphins on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Tannehill to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. This offense so far on third down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and goal.